Stretching over 4,000 miles across mountains, deserts, and hostile terrain, the Silk Road wasn't a single road at all, but a vast network of trade routes that connected the East and West for centuries. From the imperial cities of China to the bustling ports of the Mediterranean, it carried more than just silk. It moved gold, spices, ideas, religions, and danger. This is the story of history's most dangerous trade route, a road paved with ambition, blood, fortune, and betrayal. It began in the Han Dynasty of China, around the 2nd century BCE. The Chinese had discovered how to produce silk, a shimmering fabric so precious and rare that it became the treasure of kings. The West had never seen anything like it. Roman aristocrats craved it. Emperors paid fortunes for it. And so began a journey through Asia's deadliest landscapes, where merchants, monks, and mercenaries risked everything in pursuit of profit. But make no mistake, this was no gentle path through the countryside. The Silk Road passed through the Taklamakan Desert, whose name means you go in, but you don't come out. Temperatures soared by day and plummeted by night. Sandstorms could bury entire caravans. Bones littered the trails. The land itself was the first enemy. Next came the Pamir Mountains, the roof of the world. Traders climbed thousands of feet through icy passes, struggling against altitude sickness and avalanches. The air grew thin, the path narrower. Many fell to their deaths. Others froze in their sleep. The Silk Road was a highway, yes, but one lined with the ghosts of those who didn't make it. Then there were the bandits. Ruthless, invisible, and everywhere. From Central Asia's steppes to Persia's plains, merchant caravans moved like slow-moving treasure chests. Gold, silk, jade, spices, ivory, all of it vulnerable. Entire groups vanished overnight, their goods stolen, their bodies never found. Some traders traveled in armed convoys. Others paid heavy tributes to warlords. But protection was never guaranteed. Yet despite the risks, the rewards were unimaginable. Silk, valued more than gold, was just the beginning. China sent porcelain, tea, lacquerware, and paper. From India came spices, gems, and Buddhist texts. Persia offered carpets, glass, and perfumes. The Roman Empire returned with wine, silver, and slaves. And flowing through it all, knowledge. Religions crossed borders on the Silk Road. Buddhism traveled from India to China. Islam spread across Central Asia. Christianity and Zoroastrianism found new homes. Ideas and philosophies mixed with languages and art, giving rise to cosmopolitan cities like Samarkand, Bokhara, and Kashgar, melting pots of culture, trade, and belief. But as trade expanded, so did the dangers. Political instability threatened the flow of goods. Rival empires clashed. Civil wars broke out. When the Roman Empire collapsed, part of the Western trade dried up. Yet the Silk Road endured, because the desire for connection, for wealth and wonder, could not be stopped. And then came the Mongols. In the 13th century, under Genghis Khan, the Mongol Empire stormed across Asia, uniting vast lands under one rule. For the first time in centuries, the Silk Road was safe. Mongol patrols guarded trade routes. Laws were enforced. A merchant could travel from China to Europe under the protection of the Pax Mongolica. It was the golden era of the Silk Road. This was when a Venetian traveler named Marco Polo made his legendary journey to the court of Kublai Khan. He returned to Europe with tales of paper money, gunpowder, and cities greater than anything the West had ever seen. His writings inspired future explorers, most famously Christopher Columbus, to dream of new routes to the East. But even golden ages have their shadows. Along the same paths that carried silk and spices also traveled something far more deadly: disease. In the mid-14th century, the Black Death erupted, originating likely in Central Asia, and spread like wildfire through merchant routes. Fleas on rats aboard caravans and ships brought the plague to Europe, killing an estimated 25 million people. The Silk Road, lifeline of civilization, became a highway of death. As the centuries passed, maritime trade began to rise. Safer, faster sea routes replaced the treacherous roads across Asia. The Silk Road slowly faded into legend. Empires fell, cities crumbled, and the desert reclaimed what was once the beating heart of global trade. But the story doesn't end there. Today, echoes of the Silk Road still shape our world. Cities like Xi'an, Samarkand, and Istanbul hold remnants of that ancient traffic. Modern initiatives like China's Belt and Road Initiative aim to revive this historic connection with highways, railways, and digital networks. The spirit of the Silk Road, of exchange, risk, and discovery, lives on. AI now helps historians map the ancient routes, analyze old manuscripts, and bring lost cities back to life through 3D reconstructions. It's a new kind of exploration, digital, not physical. But the goal is the same: to connect, to learn, and to uncover the stories that time tried to bury. So the next time you see silk, taste pepper, or hear a word with Persian or Chinese roots, remember the Silk Road. Not just a trade route, but a civilization-spanning lifeline. A place where languages clashed, cultures blended, and people risked everything to reach the other side. It was beautiful, it was brutal, and it changed the world forever.